Folks, welcome to the Jake Feinberg Show. We're here at Geoffrey's Inner Circle on a rowdy jam night. Joined here by an original Oakland Cowboy, William McAlister. Welcome to the Jake Feinberg Show.
Thank you, sir.
Can I ask you, can you talk to the audience about your influences? Was it Sam Cooke? Who were your influences growing up, and then how did you develop your own individual voice?
Well, Sam Cooke is one for sure, but I like James Brown. I like Bobby Blue Bland. I even like Elvis Presley.
Rufus Thomas loved Elvis Presley.
Amen.
You put him on that radio show.
Amen.
You put him on his radio show.
Amen.
Man. But I guess my question, I want you to talk to the younger cats out there about who you borrowed from, and then ultimately how you found your own voice.
Well, it's a kind of a story that I can't really tell because I don't know how it came about myself. I'm 77 and a half years old, and I just started singing about 10 years ago. But when I was a kid, down in the country, I'm from Madera, California.
Madera, yeah.
And I live here in Oakland now since I've been out the Army in 1965. But I didn't know I could sing. And sometimes I still don't know I can sing, but I'm having fun singing. And some people like it. I'm not a recording artist. I'm not professional, but I'm having fun at my age, 77 and a half. I'm going everywhere there's an open mic, I'm there. And sometimes they welcome me there and they ask me to come over and join. So my influence is just, I guess, from just being who I am and thinking I can sing, and I can build out a couple songs pretty good.
But the spirit, you feel the spirit coming through you when you sing?
I guess I do because I got movement. I like to move. I always have been a dancer.
Let the body dance.
Yeah,
right.
I'm a
Let
dancer.
the body dance, cowboy.
And then again, I like to dress. I like to style.
I've never seen anybody with better style than Cowboy, man.
Oh, I like to compliment. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's true, man. I wish I could dress like that. No, I mean, but what did you do before to get off? I mean, you just picked up the microphone 10 years ago, but I mean, what did you do before that?
I accidentally ran into a karaoke room on a ship about maybe 15 years ago, not knowing karaoke. But everybody was having fun clapping and taking their hat off and waving their hands. And I say, wow. And I asked somebody, I said, it's karaoke. I said, and I didn't think I could do it, but then I came back there and they said, you don't have to be a professional. You don't have to be a noticed singer. You don't have to have a beautiful voice. Just sing. Nobody laugh at you. And I sang the song Kansas City by Wilbert Harrison.
Oh, great too.
And I got off on that, and I enjoy that. And every time I do it with a different band, it's a different little flavor, but I got my own little style with it, and it's I like it.
Well, people actually want. Can you sing a little bit of Kansas City?
I'm going to Kansas City, here I come. They got some pretty little women there, and I'm gonna get me one. I might take a train. I might take a plane, but if I have to walk, I'm going, they got different versions.
Oh, dude, keep going, man. Unbelievable.
But the other song I like is, Darling, you send me. I know you send me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. That's Sam Cooke. At first, I thought it was infatuation, but ooh, it lasted so long. And now I find myself wanting to marry you and take you home. Whoa! But Sam was great, man. Sam was great. I really truly enjoyed Sam Cooke. You know the song? Never know how much I love you.
No, big time.
Never know how much I care when you put your arms around me. I get a feeling that's so hard to bear. That's little Willie John back in the 60s. And I get off on that one. I enjoyed that song.
Did you how do you feel about the blues? I mean, the ownership is from it comes from slavery.
Don't you know that I love you? Honest I do. I'll never place no one above you. You know who that is, Jimmy Reed. Jimmy Reed did some. Oh, baby, you don't have to go. Oh, baby, you don't have to go. I'm gonna pack up, darling. Down the road I go. That's Jimmy Reed.
So it's fair to say that you've always wanted to be a performer, though.
That's
Right?
what people tell me. And I think I did. I look back when I was a kid, I was always dancing and doing something, thinking that I could do that. But I wasn't no audience, I was just doing it. But now I get off on it and people say, man, you're good. And I can't see it, but I enjoy hearing the compliments.
What is an original Oakland, for the cats out there? I mean, there's a lot of people that think they're cowboys, they dress like cowboys, but they're not really cowboys. What's an Oakland cowboy?
Well, happen to be the president of the Oakland Black Cowboy Association.
The Oakland Black Cowboy Association.
That's right.
McAlister, Wilbert McAlister. This
Wilbert
is on
F.
fire,
McAlister.
man. Unreal.
And I've been in the organization 15 years.
Wow.
The organization is 45 years old. And we just keep on the legacy of the black history pertaining to the black cowboys and cowgirls after slavery in these great United States of America.
I want to be clear because I've interviewed all the great Mardi Gras Indians, Chief Monk Boudreaux in New Orleans, but you're talking about something completely different. You're talking about black cowboys. Can you talk about what are the tenets, the most important things that you're trying to keep alive?
Okay. Now, some might get offended at this.
No one's getting
I hope
offended.
not. I don't care, and I do care. But during slavery, America did have slaves, and they were black folks from Africa. And they trained us real well, and we were smart enough to catch on to the game. And they converted us into, they had a houseboy. That's a black man who was a servant in the house. Then they had a field boy. That was a servant who worked in the field.
Sure.
But then the master, the slave owner, had to have somebody else to take care of the barn, the cow, the chicken, and all the animals.
Milk the cows, right?
And milk the cows and then clean the cow, excuse the expression, cow shit. So they get another boy, maybe like me, an old man, 77 years old, say, you take care of the cows, but we're going to call you not a house boy, not a field boy, but you heard me. They call you the cowboy. You take care of the cows. And they trained us pretty good, and we learned good because we liked that, and we were good at animals. And after the Civil War ended in 1865, they needed some people to train on horse, could handle moving herds of cattle. And that's why we 20 to 25 to 30%, the cowboys are black, of African descent, that did that, move the cows from there out to the west.
Now, wait, okay, so I know there was a big migration of black families from Arkansas and places like that to Oakland because there was a lot of jobs in the shipping yards.
Yes, sir.
Where did the cowboys go? They went west, but what towns? You're not going to an urban center. I mean, you're here in the urban jungle, but what towns did the black cowboys go to?
We didn't really go to town because they wouldn't let us live in town. We lived in rural areas. Like my mama from Texas, a place called Clarksville, Texas, but that's where maybe the Caucasians stayed, but we lived in Acworth. That's what the black community. I'm from Madeira, here in California, down by Fresno, and I was born in 1941, but my mother come out here in 1922, and where we had to stay was over there. That's country talk. Over there, I mean over there. Across the tracks.
That's right.
But the other person, white man, could go anywhere he wanted to go, live anywhere he wanted to go. We couldn't go over there. When I come out the Army in 1965, I tried to go over there. He said, no, you go back over there. And so that was in 1965.
As a sergeant?
I was a sergeant. I did come out.
Could you wear the uniform?
I wore my uniform, probably.
Percy Heath, the great bass player from the Modern Jazz Quartet.
Yes, sir.
He used to walk around. He was a part of the Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah.
So his dad used to walk him around Philadelphia. A lot of the grunts had to, a lot of the white cats had to be subservient to him because of his rank. But I guess here is talk about the relationship you had to the animals themselves.
Oh, me, I'm not a cowboy who was raised up on a ranch. I'm not a cowboy who was raised with horses all his life. I'm in an organization. You don't have to be a real bona fide.
When the slave masters gave you that name, Cowboy, today's modern Oakland Cowboy Black Association, you didn't necessarily have to be a milking cow.
Most of us are. I take that back when I say most of us. The organization, we're about 35 or 40 strong. All of us don't have horses.
Getting to every single one of you guys. You understand? This is what my show has been dedicated to. Totally new ground here. Go ahead.
I myself own a horse. but most of the Cowboys don't. But out of about 20 males in there, maybe about 8 or 9 own a horse, and we different areas in the Bay Area, and we meet up when we're about education.
Yep.
My website is blackcowboyassociation.org. You can look at that. You can see about our history and what we do.
How do you talk to the younger cats about it? About education is a very vast word.
Very true.
So how do you educate the younger cats?
Well, I'm not into that, but we talk about Black history. Now, education, you have to go to school and get your formal education. But when you come around us, we talk about what we know about Black history pertaining to the movement of the West, how we came out here. We can talk about that. And we can talk about how that strong Black woman was there with us all the way, and she was sometimes our leader. Our grandma always directed us, and we got a strong wife. She would always give us guidance, and a strong, good Black man would not set aside his grandmother nor his wife. We would listen, and they would help us. When we get hurt or wounded, they would be right there. Plus, when we're out there in the field by ourselves, doing some hay or something, that strong woman would come and help.
It's beautiful. The point is that they weren't obsessed with the patriarchal kind of situation. The women actually led the group.
I can't say.
I mean, the men obviously played a role, but they weren't hung up on the idea of.
The men was more or less the head of the household, but every strong man got a intelligent, good, strong woman behind it. Don't have to be school learning. It just be that womanhood and that motherhood. Take care of them kids and take care of her husband and her sons and her daughters and her grandkids. Why, maybe the man is out working, but when that man can't work, the head of the household, that woman pick it up. They have done that out of slavery when they allowed us to get married. We always allowed ourselves to get married, but we was controlled. But when we got married, picked our spouse, our wife, our mate, then it was on an equal basis. But some men did things different, and some women did things different. So I can't speak on that for everybody, but every good man needs a strong woman.
You couldn't legally get married, is what you're saying?
Oh, no, during slavery, no.
Right.
You couldn't legally go to church. You couldn't legally go to school. You couldn't, none of that. Slaves were slaves.
So what is your niche with the group? I mean, if you're not in the schools, then what is your major what is your true nature to the Cowboys, to the Oakland?
I like to say, this organization is a non-profit organization, been in existence 45 years. We are about education, but when we go to schools, right now, some in the city of Oakland, the Bay Area,
right.
There's a lot of children, young children, as well as adults, have never seen a horse, never touched a horse, never been in the saddle. When we invite to schools and churches and organization, we take horses, 2 or 3 horses, 2 or 3 ponies, and let them kids actually touch, feel, and breathe. Let the horse breathe on. Teach them how to get the attention of an animal.
Trust.
So that's what we're about, basic stuff. It's not real hard. They will let them know.
No, I love it. It's multisensory.
A lot of them don't know what a saddle is. They don't know what the horn is. They don't know what the spurs is. They don't know what the reins are.
Right.
So we teach them and show them and let them put their hands on it. Then they remember. They got it from the Oakland Black Cowboy Association. But there's other organizations throughout the United States of America, Black Cowboy, I don't know all them names, but they probably do about the same thing. Let people touch and feel. And then get in the saddle. We're not formal trainers where it teaches people how to ride, but we will put you in the saddle and let you feel the movement of the horse by walking them around. And you go to the ranch, then it's a different thing. They probably let you go ahead and ride.
Have you rode before?
Oh, yeah, I have a horse.
When was but you were not somebody, how did you join? What was your connection to
Okay, about 15, 16 years, I always wore my hat. I wore my
belt
buckle.
I mean, I just want to look at this.
Wore my boots, but I didn't have a horse. And I was in a hardware store, and this cowboy walked up to me and said, "Man, I know you got a ranch. I know you got a horse." I said, "No, sir, I do not." He said, "Man, I'm in this organization called the Black Cowboy, so we'd like for you to come on and join." I said, "But I don't ride, man. I don't have no horse." He said, "You don't have to have that. But you can be a mentor, you can be a scholar, you can teach, and we've got some information for you to read and study and share it with
You just felt that? How did he know that? He just felt the vibe?
I guess he did.
I mean, he didn't know you, right?
People think I'm from Texas, because where I walk.
I mean, I don't know where you're from. You're not from. You're an intergalactic cat, man.
Everybody think I'm from the South somewhere. Even when I went to the Army, everybody thought I was from the South. But my people from the South is in my blood. And my grandpa, I didn't know him, but he was a horseman. He was a rancher. And I didn't know him because my mama left Texas when she was young. But then I found out later when my senior cousin, started seeing me with the hat on when I was about 30-something years old. Excuse me.
Yeah.
30-something years old. Said, boy, you like your granddaddy. I said, what? I said, yeah. They remember him, how he was back in Texas, Ackworth, Texas, right out of Clarksville.
What is the legacy of Geoffrey Pete to this community?
I think it's outstanding. Geoffrey.
Because I am just getting hip to this cat,
Okay.
and he's got blocks of ownership. He's trying to preserve the cultural heritage of the people with the music.
And
But I mean, that wall of fame was staggering when I saw those pictures. So for cats that are gonna watch this in 50 years, in your mind, what's the legacy of Geoffrey Pete?
But I'm really not. I just got introduced to Geoffrey around about 2 years ago.
But you
and I've
knew
been
the
in
name,
Oakland.
right? I mean,
I've been in Oakland. No, I've been in Oakland since 1965.
Wow.
But I never knew about Geoffrey's till maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, and I've been hearing what's going on. Then I came here about maybe 2 years ago, and I really enjoyed it for the music. And I started enjoying it. Then I started looking at all this beautiful work he got in there and what he's been doing in the community. And now I'm a regular fan of Jeff. I come in just about every Sunday. Something you can dress up and come in here. And I'm a cowboy, but I can wear jeans as well. But nobody downing nobody frowning on nobody.
No judgment.
No judgment.
Were the black Cowboys responsible for some of the first? What were the crops that they planted before that they were ahead of the time on? Okra or anything like that?
I can't speak on that because I wouldn't want to.
Or are there farms now, black farms still, black Cowboys still that are really on the farms? Is there?
I'm quite sure. My home, Madera, California, they got black farmers down there, but I'm not a farm hand. I was born and raised in the country, but I live like in town. But I used to go out there on a farm and work. I picked cotton, I cut grapes, I picked peaches. I did tomatoes, I did potatoes, but I just went out there for the little conversation money.
The point is that you were getting paid.
Yeah, we was getting paid.
Let's be clear, you were getting paid.
Yeah, I mean, it's like $3 a hundred. I would make $6 a day,
Right.
But back in the day, back in the 40s,
what they said you would get paid, they pay you that? They
wouldn't
give you half of that.
No.
It
It was right. Although the farmer made all the money, we know that. But yet,
right.
My uncle, he was a farm labor contractor. He's the man who, when he got the bodies
Right.
to take to the field to do the harvest, the work. And he would come in the black neighborhood because he's black and go out there to the white farmers and did the work. But then there's some black farmers down there in the country, all throughout America. I'm quite sure they got a lot of black farmers.
No, I'm quite sure.
Yeah,
if you're sure, I'm sure, man.
Yeah, I know that to be. I haven't visited all their ranches, but I know they had a lot of black farmers. And although it's dying out, but farming's dying out because so much other stuff coming in nowadays.
Yeah, well, what is it about the idea that we're growing stuff during all seasons when it used to be only seasonal? You used to put stuff in ice boxes and use it, but now they're growing stuff at all seasons now. Right?
I can't speak on that, sir. I don't want to mislead you.
No, I don't. I'm talking. Do you think the farming has been affected by climate change?
Well, I'm not adverse on that either. I don't want to get off into that because I might be misleading.
Wilbert, McAlister, I want you to just sing your ass off right now before we wrap this up, man. It was what an absolute character. It's just cosmic to run into you, man. So sing what you want.
Thank you so much, sir, for the interview. And
you dig it?
I hope it worked out for us.
Oh, yeah, it was fun, man. It was good.
Yeah. All right.
Sing. Please sing for the audience before we go.
I can't be... I'm getting a little hoarse here.
Just take two. Let's go.
This song I like. You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes up when I'm gone. You can tell your friends just what a fool I've been and laugh and joke about me on the phone. But don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I just don't think he'll understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. Woo.
This is the Jake Feinberg. Yeah, this is the Jake Feinberg Show. Wilbert McAlister. Much love to you, brother. We'll see you later. Cheers.